Hello, everyone. Well, I'm in better spirits today. A good night's sleep and helped quite a bit. Today has been attempting to file for unemployment benefits all week last week. I kept trying to log in, create a user ID, but the system was so overwhelmed. And then again, trying today. And then I just checked the website, and now they're asking for people with area code starting with number two to try to do it on Tuesday. So I will try again tomorrow. Uh, so being self employed and basically like a gig worker because I do interpretations, but I'm contract labor, means I don't work for a company in which I get vacation time. I basically contract with them, and then, of course, the workload has dropped so much. I was supposed to do several court hearings this week. We were piloting last week, but then three of the four court hearings got canceled. So I'm down to one court hearing, one job. I'm able to pick up a CPS case tomorrow, bright and early morning in Louisville. So a little bit of income, but this has been quite an ordeal, and the system's just overflooded. There's so many of us trying to collect unemployment benefits. They will say they'll backdate it to when we started losing our job, which for me is basically, 3 weeks. But they finally set it up so that we could, us contract people, do it starting today. But then today they announced later that, anyhow, it's a big old cluster F, if you know what I mean. But hopefully there's some light at the end of the tunnel. We'll see how it goes. The other thing, too, that it blows my mind. How many false narratives there are about treatments and cures and how to. I get bombarded constantly. People are sending me, try this, do this. Did you know about this? Did you know about this? And it's like, most of it is not true, or they're half truths. Some of the stuff is actually dangerous. And I know about it. I mean, I feel like everybody's trying to give me information as if I'm totally ignorant on the situation. Just a disclaimer, for my job, I have to go into hospitals. So I've been trained in barrier. I get updates from the company. I do my contract labor because we work in hospitals on every update that there is about the coronavirus. So I'm constantly getting the correct information from the medical sources. So just stop sending me all these alternative things that you say, oh, there was somebody in Spain that did this, or there's somebody in, the Netherlands that's doing this. There is experiments happening out there with different forms of treatment, but there's no studies that have been completed yet. And when they say something looks promising, that means right now it's looking good, but by the end of the study, it may not. So people don't understand when they say promising during a study that it isn't a guarantee. And people will get very disappointed. The other thing, too, that I keep hearing from lots of different people is like, I want to go ahead and get this and start taking this. Some of these drugs, if people are not aware of them, are highly toxic. You only give them as a last resort. You don't just take it for the hell of it, because some of the side effects, though minimal in some cases, can be life-threatening. And it's very exasperating having to correct people constantly. So I think I'm not the CDC. I'm not the World Health Organization. I try to educate people on it whenever they send me some information that's not correct. But, when I get the same message through Messenger or Facebook posts or a text message, and it's the same erroneous information over and over and over again, and I find myself spending so much time trying to correct people and trying to explain why it's incorrect. And, of course, then some people get offended by it, but I think I'm just going to stop trying to reply to those people because, obviously, they're not listening. They don't know enough about this. They know enough to think they're knowledgeable. Not that I'm an expert, but at least I'm getting the resources constantly sent to me with up-to-date information as to what to do. So I'm going to just stop responding because I find myself spending hours literally responding to people, and it just increases my anxiety. So, people just don't believe whatever's posted. A doctor in Belize made this statement, but they never mentioned the doctor, the clinic, or anything. It's just, but they're quoting them. Or they have a fabulous, slick looking video about X, Y, and Z and how they're handling coronavirus. And it's due to and they always say it's an expert has determined that, but they never say where that expert's from. So if they don't tell you where the expert's from, just know it's suspect. And the problem is that some of these videos or messages or texts that looks like it's copied from somewhere does contain correct information, but it also contains incorrect information. And sometimes that incorrect information can be dangerous. So if it doesn't tell you where the source came from and it just says a scientist said, just don't believe it. Be safe, people. Please be safe and quit sending them and forwarding all this to me because for whatever reason I'm just getting inboxed constantly by it. Anyway, that's my rant. Other than that, it was a good day. I mean, I know I bawled my eyes out yesterday because it was kind of a tough day. But today, after a good night's sleep, even though it was very frustrating trying to file for unemployment, I'm in much better spirits. And look at this long hair. I mean, I started this whole vlog because my hair was getting so long. And if you wonder why I have the plus whatever number is on the caption, is because that's how many days since my first Corona Day whatever video, and I'm keeping track of it. Anyway, I don't have funny stories, but have a great one. Bye.